Okay, let's produce a PPAP. So I'm going to right click, add a new part, and then I'm going to choose the report style. Now the report style within VIPI can be a combination of first article and PPAP styles depending on which applications you're using. I'm going to select Woodward Class A and click on OK, and then with a double left mouse click I can launch the PPAP software. Now these elements are obviously defined per report style and you can create these. You'll notice that against each element number you've got a description, there's an action button, there's an associated template if there is one, a person who's responsible for that particular element, whether the status of the submission is submit, retain or not applicable, and you can change those as you go if you needed to. The status of each element, and that's a manual set from not started, work in progress. If there's a waiver, it's not applicable or completed, and the colour coding actually changes depending on the status of a particular element. The date you need to start that element, and that's based on an associated lead time against each of those elements, and then obviously a notes field where you can add notes, and notes are automatically generated into that field as well. So when I set a due date, let's say we go out to 7th of December, you can see a couple of the elements are red, the rest of them are a light yellow colour, indicating that they're not inside lead time. If we pull that back a week, you can see most of the elements have now turned red to indicate that they're past their start date. So let's just click save, and I'm going to first of all start with the part submission warrant. Not a normal place that you would start. And what we've done is we've associated a particular part submission warrant, in this case Woodward, but again it could be any type of part submission warrant. If I didn't want to use the associated part submission warrant, I can go to an external file and just grab it. But I can edit this form using Excel. So if I wanted to pop in my name, for example, you'll notice some of the fields are automatically populating. They're all customizable via the report style. And some of the data, like the part name and part number, etc., they're going to get pulled in through the other apps. But when I click on Save within Excel, you'll notice that the PDF automatically updates. Now, if I attach this to the actual PPAP, if I open up a plus, the plus button there, that just opens up this line item. I can view the actual PDF that's going to be linked in with my final PPAP. Now obviously that's not complete, so later I'm going to come and press the edit button, and then I'm going to go and take an action against that that particular part submission warrant to complete it off. So I'm going to set the status to work in progress on the PSW. Now if I want to do something with the balloon drawing, click the action button on that element, and here I've got two options. I can either go out and get a balloon drawing I've already created, or I can use the built-in app, which is Visual ABC, Annotation and Ballooning Characteristics app. So for those of you that are familiar with this, it's pretty straightforward. Attach image, grab the part image that you're going to balloon up, and then you can go into balloon mode. So if I just left mouse click, you can see it pops a little balloon there, and I can change the balloon size, etc. So let's balloon a few features so you can see how it works. So there's 4 features that I've ballooned. I'm going to just save what we're doing so far. Another thing you can do on the ABC app is to actually set the part properties. So I'm going to do that over here. And again, just double left mouse click, grab the part number using the optical character recognition. I can do a little edit there. It's not read the part number correctly. Grab the word cover, drag and drop. Don't forget you've got the double left mouse click, and you can zoom in and do the OCR, etc. So if I just grab some basic details, and some of these fields might not be applicable, so you can just set them to not applicable. Obviously when the field goes green, that indicates it's complete. Yellow actually indicates that it's not got any data, so we've only got the ballooning at this stage. But let's just save it and add what we've got so far to PPAP. So I'm going to select just the image of the print and add to PPAP. and then if I go to the PPAP button, tab, sorry, you can see there's the ballooning of those features. And if we add that to the PPAP element, I can quickly view that as a PDF. So that gives you an idea how we can start building this PPAP up. Now let's just simulate going back into that element and doing a further edit. So it's not finished, so I'm actually going to set that to work in progress, but I'm going to go and do some more editing on this image. So I'm going to work a bit more in Visual ABC, and excuse me, I'm going to balloon up a few more features. We can actually just quickly, when we get to there, I can just right mouse click to move the balloon and position it wherever I want. So it's just a left mouse click and then a right mouse click. Okay, so I've got some features. I'm going to double left mouse click, and in fact I'll come back to this in a second. Let's just save what we've got, and I'm going to just add this to the PPAP again, just to update what we've already got. So if I go back onto this PPAP tab, you can see there's the updated balloon drawing. So now I can actually update the element, and if we go and hit the view button, you can see how that's starting to populate. So again, we'll come back to that later, but let's go to the next element within the PPAP. So we've got material stroke performance test results. So I want to take action against that, and this is giving me the ability to go and attach some external files. So I'm going to go and grab my material cert, and I'm going to attach that to that element. And if I'd got another cert to do, I just simply take action again, grab the second cert and attach that as well, and you can see they're both in there. And in fact I'm going to set that to complete now, because I know I've done that. The dimensional, I want to take action to that, and what we've got with the dimensional is we've actually got the Woodward dimensional form associated with it. Now a couple of things on here. First of all, I can go in and edit that form at any time using Excel. So let's just do a simple edit, pop my name on there and close that down, and you can see it'll update the preview. I can also edit it directly with the application itself. So I'm going to launch ABC, and let's just go and set some requirements. So double left mouse click and then grab using OCR, paste that information in, set the tolerance, and then click next. So I'll set up a few features just so you can see how that's done. Obviously all of this is customized per report style. This GD&T I can just build up. I've got the right mouse click there to set that, upper and lower, grab those together, and so on. So you can see this is a fairly straightforward process to get these set up. Grab the word key, pop that in front of there. It's a little bit tricky, that is, to get that in. Now this is actually a key feature, so I'm going to set it to key there, and just paste a few more features in. Okay, so we want that one setting up. We'll set that one up, grab the diameter symbol. So I'm not going to set them all up, but I just want to give you a feel for how to do it. I'm going to just click save. You'll notice that we've got print colours and screen colours, and obviously the colour code in yellow, I haven't set anything. Orange it's set. Obviously it goes green when you've completed it for a feature that's obviously in torrents. So I'm going to go file, in fact I'm just going to go click back on the PPAP tab because it's actually filled in that data. The sheet zone's not there at the moment, so if I go back into here and click on the grid button, I can set the zones by setting these arrows in line with the grid on the drawing, or the zone on the drawing. So the green one is between 1 and 2, so I'm going to type 1 and 2, 13 and 14, A and B. Now there is a missing letter I on this drawing, so when I go to click on check, I have to choose single uppercase letters with our eye and click close. Hit the save button and then go back to PPAP. You'll see that it's set the sheet zone. Obviously we've only got one sheet, so it's not gone 1/ or 2/ and then the actual zone, in that case C5.